to the business. I feel the spirit moving through the city. I got the light shining, come get it. Walking with Christ, moving where it's gritty. Walking with Christ, moving where it's gritty. I feel the spirit moving through the city. I see the people trying to bring them with me. We got a light, tell them come and get it. Yeah. Walk, 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 walk. I walk, 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 walk. We walk. Whoa, I was chasing my glory, then fell asleep. Woke me up and told me to go feed the sheep. Sent me deep in the streets just to bring them peace. Yeah, we be where them blickies be bustin', where they enjoy life with no discussion. But as soon as they see the light rushing, they know that the Lord walking with us, no bluffing. People say that I'm fake, I'm like, okay. Do you walk in the light or you throw shade? One more sex on my skin, I got no shame. We was preaching about Jesus before fame. Get it? Did that. On my side, yeah, he been that. That's the devil where my sins at. On the cross, cause he pinned that. Big throne where he sits at. Death hit him, then he hit back. Resurrected, yeah, that's big facts. Told us hold it down till he get back. Get back to the business. I feel the spirit moving through the city. I got the light shining, come get it. Walking with Christ, moving where it's gritty. Walking with Christ, moving where it's gritty. I feel the spirit moving through the city. I see the people trying to bring them with me. We got a light, tell them come and get it. Yeah, walk with me. Step in the scene with the fly, had to keep it so steady, don't fall for the fast. Had to cut out the session, he got in a crop.
All right, let's roll. Did that. Did that.
We kicking this beating. Why serve your short? Even if it mean I'm bleeding. Come kill my flesh, my soul still breathing. Speak through me. Yeah, yeah. This heart keep beating.
All right, let's do it. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Cheers. All right, how y'all feeling? Happy Tuesday. Let's do it. Let's do it.
To the business. I feel the spirit moving through the city. I got the light shining, come get it. Walking with Christ, moving where it's gritty. Walking with Christ.
All right, who we got here today? Who we got here today? Luffy in the house. Z Gamer in the house. What up, Z Gamer? Engineer 14 in the building. Let's go. Let's go. What up, Surge? 3 Ants in the house. Let's get it. Let's get it. Indeed, as he walks with me. All right. Yeah, let's roll. Let's roll. How y'all doing? How you guys feeling? Welcome in another day. It is Tuesday. YOLO Trader is here. What up, YOLO Trader? What up, Louis G? Yes, sir. Mod Squad here. Clubhouse. Wow. What a welcoming here. W's in the chat. OGH in the house. Bruce is here. Shubs in the building. Dominic. It's Plan G. I see. Who else? Who else? Nate G in the house. Pablo's here. What up, Pablo? What up? Daniel's in the building. Captain's here. What up, Elk? Holy. All right. Who else did I not say? Who else? Who else? Sheesh. Damn, guys. Bands Counted Up is in the building. Let's go. Zyper's here. I can see Zyper in there. Sheesh. I don't know. YouTube, help me out here. Help me out. Killshot in the building. DJ Scratch is here. Golden Dubs in the house. What up, what up? AJ is here. Let's get it. Let's get it. JDZ, I see ya. I see ya. I see ya. All right. What up, Jose? How's everyone doing? Good to see you guys. Welcome in. Good to be back in New York session. We're back at it here. And we're just about ready to rock and roll. You guys doing good? You guys doing great? How we feeling? GOT in the house. All right, Eric P. AB Mike in the building. The mod squad is here now. The mod squad has arrived. That guy TK is here. Jessica Lake, good morning. Good morning. All right, let's get started here. Yeah, what's up, Tyrone? Vishal in the building. Let's get the party started. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome back to another New York live stream. We are here. It is Tuesday. It is the 29th day of July, so creeping in towards the last couple days here, last couple days of the month. So we should turn up now. This week we should just get started now. We got red folders coming in from today on, and should get pretty exciting. So before all that, let's go ahead and pray. Let's give thanks that we even get the opportunity to do something like this. Holy smokes. And then we'll get started here today. All right, y'all got to get grateful, man. You got to get grateful. Let's do it. Well, Father God, that's what we are. We are just grateful for the work that you're doing here, for the blessing that you put together, for the doors that have been opened. We thank you for working in the hearts and the minds. We know, Lord, that the harvest is plentiful, but the workers, they're just so few, Lord. So I pray that you would use this microphone, you would speak through me, that you would give them a philosophy, a belief system, Lord, everything that they need to be able to reap the benefits of the harvest, Lord. We thank you for it. We thank you for putting it all together. We give you all the glory for what you're doing. We thank you for all the success, all the lessons, all the blessings, and everything in between, Lord. We just thank you here as a group collectively, and we honor you publicly, Lord, and we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. What a workmanship from the good Lord here, man. Sometimes you just got to know when you're part of the blessing. Right? When you're part of the blessing. So welcome that blessing today, my friend. If you're new here, don't get all freaked out. Don't worry, we're going to make some money too. But before we make money, we got to make you, right? We got to make you the best you. Otherwise, you won't know what to do when the money comes, right? So if you really want to be successful, personal growth and development comes before money. And then guess what comes after? Here it comes, tumbling in more than you ever even thought, imagined was possible. One day, my friend, this is what my mentor told me, and I'll tell you, one day, if you do this thing right, you will make more money. You will make so much money in so little time, you will actually begin to feel bad about what is actually happening. So my neighbor, I walked outside today. He was in a suit and tie. He was probably 20, 25 years older than me, in a suit and tie, and just, doing okay, but not doing great. And we're trying to do great here. We won't settle for anything less than greatness and freedom, and trading could certainly get you there, but you got to get this right. You got to get the mind right first. So let's protect this house. Let's start strong here today, and let's see if we can come up with any trades. If you guys have any questions, we'll go through those as well today, and we'll have a good session here. All right. Cool. So again, 29th day of July. It is Tuesday. It's another day, another opportunity for us to be patient and disciplined, and basically just make decisions that gear us towards what we want our future to look like. All right. So a little bit of news coming in at 8:30 here today, and then at 10 a.m. You'll have some red folders here. Let me just grab these tools. There we go. So here's the news coming in at 8:30, which is going to be the prelims here, which I thought were later in the week, but I guess they're now. And then you have 10 a.m. news here coming in with Jolt's job opening. So that's pretty much it for us today. But other than that, this is the day we really get started in lots of volatility this week. So lots of volatility coming in. ADP tomorrow. You have retail sales. You have, I think, unemployment claims, and then NFP. So we got a lot going on. But let's focus here on today. And if you guys can, give the stream a like for me, sub to the channel, and let's begin this top-down analysis. Give the stream a like for me. Hey, Clubhouse, give the stream a like for me, man. Like it up. All right, let me just see something here. All right, cool. All right, we good. You guys ready for a breakdown? Let's run through a top-down analysis, and let's talk about gold here. And let me just lower that music a little bit. Let me know, Clubhouse, if that music is good. It should be straight there. All right, let's do it. Really? Yes, I'm over the top, baby. I'm too much. I'm bringing the energy here today for you, brother. I'm bringing it for you. All right, let's do this. I don't know, man. I might be the only fired up guy here, but I'm gonna be fired up. So let's go ahead and talk about this. This is gold. It's the daily time frame, and if we look just at the overall perspective of all this, right, we are clearly coming out of these resistance levels, and every single time that we were up there, and I'll keep drilling this into your minds, right, on every single breakdown, is we created resistance, we came down, right? We created resistance, we came back down, right? We created resistance, back down, create a resistance, back down here. So now that we are officially back in these lows here, what will we do, right? Well, what did we do before? If we come draw a box in the areas that I just kind of drew out, it looks like every single time we came into that area, we popped out of it, right? Came down into it, faked out, popped back out, right? Faked out, little support, popped up, and maybe we get a pop back out of here as well today. So that's just an idea on the higher time frame and what we could potentially do in these support levels. But all in all, if we do zoom in on the day, the previous candle did close bearish, right? So I am bearish today based off of that candle, but I'm also open for buys based off of what I just shared with you, okay? So that's the daily candle. If we break the lows, we should be able to see 32.84 here today. If we break the highs, right, then we may get a shot at moving ourselves back up. I can see us coming back up towards 44 today. Maybe a bigger push, right? We got the 10 a.m. news coming in later, so maybe that could bring more volatility in. But as of right now, this is a very, in a way, dangerous place to be on the daily time frame because price can go either way at this point. So how are we going to determine where we want to go and when, right? So we're going to have to go down to the lower time frame. So let's drop down to the 4 hour here and let's see what's happening, right? So we talked about this big move that came out of nowhere yesterday, filled that wick, and we talked about in Asian how we should be good to retrace like at least like 75-80% of that move. And we have officially done that, right? So this 4 hour candle, it still has about an hour and a half left on it. So there's plenty of time for this candle to actually break the highs and continue driving up. So I am going to lean more towards the bullish side of things during the front half of our session here based off of what I see on the 4 hour time frame right now, which is literally just price making lows, right, and respecting the previous low, respecting the previous low, respecting the previous low. So we're moving in this uptrend here, right, and I think we can keep pushing. I think we can come back up towards 33.45, especially if the daily time frame wants to reject out of that support today. So again, open for both buys and sells. So let's drop down a little lower now because the daily's saying bearish, but we're at support. The 4 hour saying bullish, but you know, we're starting to move up here now, right? We're coming into this range here at 23. So we got to be, we got to be on our toes here because if price is moving down, creating highs, lower highs and lower lows, then this could 100% be a lower high, right? Coming right into that level there for us to just continue this downtrend, right? So we got to really be, on our game today. So 1 hour chart has closed, right? We have a candle close here with no lower wick. So it looks like you had a closure below support. You have no lower wick on that candle. You're starting to move up. There's no top wick on this guy here. If we look at the 30-minute, the 30-minute also closed above support here. So as you begin to push up, let's take a look at the 15. Yep, perfect. So your 15-minute has a resistance here, and this is basically the range that we're sitting in, right? So it's 8:18 right now. If we let this 15-minute candle close, right, then maybe we can get either something where we close bearish and then we get a fresh bullish closure right back above, and we can possibly look for the longs here to move up, give that 1 hour candle a top wick, come fill that wick up here, or we could start to look for sells, but it's a little choppy to the left hand. It's a little choppy to the left hand side here. So let's just look at the 4 hour again. So that's the 4 hour low, your 4 hour highs. Yeah, honestly, the sells are not looking hot at all, So maybe we look for sells, right? Depending on what happens up at 33.26. But as of right now, the sells they're chopped, right? They're not looking good at all. So I would just say probably going to stay away from sells for right now. Potential buys, right, on a fresh closure above 19. And then, maybe we'll look towards sells at like 25. Let's just say like we're waiting for a closure here and price just moves up, right? Does something like this. So we missed that whole move. If we can get closures back below there, then I think the sells will, right, set up for an opportunity later. So yeah, the sells will kind of keep in our back pocket for now and kind of look to see if we could take advantage of these buys above 19, which is going to give us like a about a 50 pip advantage point, and then like a 90 pip like range to actually fill. That would make total sense if we caught the buys from down here as this 4 hour starts to move up, break the highs, fill the wick up at 27. That'll be more than enough pips for us. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. We're in a little funky spot right now as we approach this New York session. You have 8:20 coming up, so comics open is here, and yeah, we'll see. We got about 9 minutes left on this 15-minute candle, and then we'll go from there. I think the news comes out at 8:30. 8:30, yeah. So it's not news that I'm going to stay away from. So if the price action fits the bill, then we'll be looking to get in at 8:30 here today. So let's see what comics does, and then we'll go from there. Cool. What up, Joshua Woods? There he is. There he is. All right, cool. So that's it. So I wish we had a little bit of better price action. Like we had really good price action in Asian and stuff like that, but we're a little jammed up, but that's okay. We'll work our way out of it, and we'll find the best positions that are available for our system and our playbook today. Cool. That's it. 50 pips. 50 pip advantage point. So we'll see if we can take advantage of it. What up, Roberto? Grandi FF. What's good? What's good? Good morning, Sona. Sona Clinton E. Bruce Wayne in the house. Let's go. I like that. I like it. What's up, Bone? How are you, bro? I sat getting tattooed while on with TT. Life is a W. Yo, let's go, Ryan. W. W. What'd you get? Anything good? Send a pic. What's up, Captain? How are you, brother? How are you? So last night I did take a fade position. It happened about an hour or so after the Asian session. Let me go back to it here. So where was it? I think it was down here. Yeah, right here. So basically what happened here was you had price moving all the way up here. I think it was, hold on, let me go grab the actual trade. Boom, boom. So yeah, so this was it here. So we had price pretty much push all the way through. So last night during Asian, we kind of had this range, which was basically this. Let me make it. There we go. So pretty much this was kind of like a no trade range for us, right? And we got a couple cheap little moves like this one right here in the range, and then we had like another one here, but nothing like spectacular, right? Nothing that we really liked. We wanted to see buys above whatever that is, 33.11, and then sells below 33.06, right? So anything in between there, we weren't really messing with that much, right? So as price just randomly just pushed up, I think we called it a stream when this candle here, or one of the 15-minute candles closed. I forget, but either way, we were off the stream at this point, and price had moved all the way up here, right? So we moved all the way up. We knew that the daily was bearish. We understood that. We called the whole 4-hour pack runner and whatnot. I'll show you the pack runner right here. So this guy right here. So we seen that we were looking for buys down here, right? But we couldn't really get them. Price didn't line up with what we were looking for. We did end up doing that whole pack runner stuff and whatnot. And then basically once we filled the wick and filled the range, at that point you had price closing on the 1 hour right here, right? I'm sorry, right here. So you had this like doji candle. We were kind of below, you can't really see it, but there was a range over here, and I just decided, hey, you know, we're gonna move. If we're gonna move down, it's gonna happen now. I waited for the low to break on the 1 hour, and then let me show you guys the 30-minute time frame, because this was crucial to find my target. So 30-minute time frame here had no lower wick. You see that? So this is where we were looking for our buys. So we wanted to see a closure above an Asian. We got that closure. Right, we didn't want to take that yellow zone. We got the closure, but then price pushed up, right, and we couldn't get anything, right? We couldn't get a piece of it at all. So we just kind of called it, right? Once that candle closed, the next candle closed bullish. That was the closure of your, I think that was the closure of the 1 hour, right? And now the next 1 hour candle, no, this candle here was the close of the 1 hour, and then the next candle just opened up. And as long as we were closing below this range, I liked it. I was a little skeptical on the 30-minute. I only used it for my target. meaning I only used it to find where I wanted to take profit, which was exactly where that candle pushed up with no wick. So believe it or not, while the candle was pushing up with no wick, like while some people were getting FOMO, I was like, we'll probably come down and make a wick at some point later, maybe in London or pre-London or something. So I just seen the opportunity. I just happened to come back to my desk like an hour after the Asian session. I seen that candle about to close, and I'm like, this actually looks good for a 1 hour fade here. So I didn't need the top wick, right? I was just very aggressive on it, kept the stops up here, and yeah, just let it go. Let it go. I actually ended up holding this trade all the way down. I closed partials at a 15-minute wick fill, and the rest of it actually did get a chance to hit full TP. So yeah, it was a good trade. Good trade. Yeah, sometimes those fades are like the inverted celeries. You're not going to either, number one, either need a wick or really have to see much of a wick. But those are only on those impulse trading ideas. Other than that, any normal like playbook setup, you really do want to see the wicks there. All right, well, now we've given this candle a top wick. So yeah, we got 3 minutes for the 30-minute closure here. So let's see what happens. Yeah, we also did take that trade. Was that yesterday? Was it yesterday we took a trade after the stream? I think so. Clubhouse, I can't remember. Was it yesterday? Yeah. Yeah, yesterday after the stream. So we were waiting for positions, and then probably about a half hour later it came about. So it was those buys taken. I forget where they were. Yeah, it didn't really play out. So we were kind of, after that big move happened yesterday, we waited, right, for this consolidation, and then we were looking for a closure above here. So the candle closed above. We took the buys here. We got about 20 pips, but then it really didn't. We didn't have much volume, you know. So some of us snagged partials at 20. Some of us hit break even on the full trade. But yeah, would have liked to see that one pop, but nothing there. Ran out of volume. Just died out. Just died out. But it was enough to get it was definitely enough to get some partials. Let's see here. All right, so there's 1 minute on the closure. The 1 hour is still going to be open. 4 hours still open. Yeah, I like these buys. So probably going to look to go long here. Yeah, we'll see how the candle closes. So if we can leave a decent wick and maybe the candle close around like 19.9 here, we'll have a decent range to move up. It'll probably be like 40, 42 pips. So probably keep current candle stop and see if we can make our way up there. If we close a little too high, then unfortunately we'll probably have to wait for a better move. Let's see. Ray Slay Capital. Let's go. I don't take trades on Mondays. Okay. Very good. Following the plan. Following the plan. All right, so let's see how this candle closes up here. I haven't looked at ES yet. ES let me just do a brief little look at it here. So daily bear, 4 hour bull, but maybe bear. 1 hour coming down, okay. Support. 30-minute support. Yeah, may have some opportunities on ES here as well. The only thing is you're going against that 4 hours, so I'll probably have to wait for a range 2 here. As much as I would love to pull the trigger. All right. So let's see. 13 seconds. We need a decent wick here. This is also going to be a bit of a news candle, not anything crazy, but if we can get a decent lower wick, right, and then come up and break the highs here, I think that'll be a decent position for us to get into. So yeah, let's see what happens. This will probably be out of like 1, 2, or like out of like small, medium, large in terms of like risk. I'll probably go either like more like small, like medium / small on them, just like medium probably. So we need a lower wick though. The only reason I would say small is just because a little bit of news is coming in for this. Got partials on that trade. Was that yesterday's trade? Yeah. Nice, nice. Schmedium. There you go. Schmedium. This would be a schmedium trade. I like medium, especially if we get a lower, like just a regular trade here, you know? Like if we get a lower wick, decent lower wick here, maybe coming into like 17. So I want to point that out because I know a lot of people ask questions about how do we get, you know, where's the lower wick going to go to? So I think this lower wick is good, right? I think coming down into that little area to the left here is better, right? Something like that, boom. And then you break the highs. I think that's a clean lower wick here for this example. Because it's hard to give you guys a good answer on what's a good lower wick. It's just every situation could be a little bit different. So the idea here is if we do go long, the idea is if the 4-hour candles are respecting the lows, and maybe we can continue moving up here, right? 1-hour candle also kind of closing up pretty, or moving up pretty strong here. 30-minute closure above. So that's the reason for this potential opportunity here today. We'll most likely be keeping the current candle or the previous 15 stops. Current candle would be nice. But yeah, so I'm going to have a buy stop here on gold. So we'll see if we can end up moving up on the 4-hour chart. The daily is also potentially in position to move bullish here today. So yeah. So I'll probably go like, let's see, like 3 contracts, 3, 6, yeah, 2, 4, 6, something like that. TK, yeah, I think we recorded. Oh no, I did. Actually, this one is already recorded on YouTube. Yeah. All right, so that's perfect. That's a perfect lower wick there for me to use the current candle low, which is going to be about like 40 pips. What up, Laron? How we feeling, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, we'll see. We'll see if the 4-hour wants to keep going. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we should have volume. Let's see if we got any result on news or anything. So green numbers. Interesting. All right, well, we got green numbers here. So that could push price down, right? So we'll see what happens. But as of right now, price action states we got our closure. We could potentially move up on the 4-hour. We can potentially continue driving up on the 1-hour. This will also break the 1-hour highs again, which is good, and it'll break the previous 30 plus the previous 15. The 1-hour no lower wick? Not necessarily, no. Yeah, I mean, it could go down to get a lower wick, right? But it also looks to me as if like the 1-hour and 30-minute are all kind of closing, like almost like a fake out here on the 1-hour, right? Especially with that candle with no wick. But anything could happen. You know, you could definitely come down, make a lower wick. But as of right now, I'm kind of anticipating a little bit of like a fake out happening here, right? And then the 4-hour starting to shoot back up. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Mixed news. Yeah, a little mixed. Yeah, I like the buy stops here though, so we'll hold them down, see if we could break the highs, move up. I think for me, probably partials would be somewhere up at like 24, and then see if we can get the wick fill up at like 27. Who we got? So he's Johnny Gems. What up, Angelo? Angelo's in every session. Holy. My guy. Daniel in the house. Let's go. What's goody? What's goody? DJ Scratches. Bone. Wayne. Ryan. Andre. What's up, bro? How are you? Bruce Wayne in the house. That don't look like Batman to me. Angelo Betts, how we feeling? Little 2 hours here, little 2 hours there. I'm trying to tell him it's light. I'm trying to tell him it's light. You're functioning perfectly, right? I mean, look, he doesn't look like he's lacking energy. Oh, Moon Child in the building. What up, OGH? Good to see you, brother. Good to see ya. Johnny Gem should be here shortly. I think Magnus might pull up for NY Sesh. Did I hear him say that in London? Hey, by the way, yeah, the 5 a.m. candle, I think it was. Yeah, this trade here looked moolah. Anyone take this? I'm sorry, 4 a.m. My 4 a.m. This was money right here. Yeah, beautiful inverted celery. Break of the highs entry. Wick to fill is where the profit's at. And then, yeah, let it run. Yeah, that was amazing. Did anyone catch that? That was kind of like a little bit in between sessions. Straight to the TP. Yeah, got a piece of it. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that was clean. All you need is a piece. That's it. Took it. Very good, very good. Yeah, I would have been in that for sure. That was clean. Okay, so we got 7 minutes left on the 15-minute candle. If we don't get activated within the next, I'd say 4 to 5 minutes, then what we could do is we'll delete and then we'll wait for 15 celery and take that instead. So basically, if this candle here closes above the red candle, if it can close above this range, then the next candle we can take advantage of the buys on the break of the high there to move up. Been reading a lot. Beautiful. Amazing. Amazing. You know, one thing I learned early on when I was like 21 is that most people never read after high school. Like, I think it was like 87% of people never read another book after high school. Less than 1% of people actually read a personal growth and development book once a month. If you start reading once a week, it's over. It's over. You'll have information, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You'll have, clarity where people have confusion. So I think reading by far has been like the '1 key ingredient to me getting, basically anywhere in life. Yeah, reading. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend getting yourself into your own like personal growth and development program and really introducing reading to your routine. Just finished What to Take. Oh, yeah, beautiful. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Amazing book. Incredible book. You got to be careful on what books you're reading, too, gang. You don't want to read Mice and Men, right? While I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? It's going to be a big separator. You don't want to read Harry Potter while we're reading Outwitting the Devil, right? Big difference. Big difference. Started Outwitting the Devil. Oh, chapter 7. Let's go. You're welcome. You're welcome. You guys are welcome. Time to level up. 87% of people are NPCs. Probably more. Probably like 98, 97%. I mean, we're all acting. We're all doing it. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy. I seen a little video. It was a meme on like the 90s. And it's like, damn, we're like truly living in a bit of a simulation here. Don't be reading Game of Thrones when you got the slight edge and the magic of thinking big right in front of you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I started Rich Dad, Poor Dad, another great book. That was like the first book that really kind of helped me out with understanding money, because I grew up in like a middle class household where like my parents just had regular jobs, so they weren't like masters of money at all. And we know that the language of the wealthy, the language of the rich is finance, right? It's money. So, you know, you got to learn those things. It's no excuse because your family didn't know it or no one taught you. Come on, G. You know, you got to get up, get out, and go hunt for that knowledge, right? You got to seek it, and then you'll find it. Are you reading Harry Potter again, Hero of the Day? Yeah. Uh-oh. We got trouble. Yes, buddy. Let's go, Mugs. Way to go, bro. Way to go. Beautiful, beautiful. Amazing. Feels good, doesn't it? Outwitting the Devil is a mind blower for me. I guess just steered my view on a lot. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, look what I found. A kid with a marker. Well, that's not safe. Yeah, man, that will start to really challenge your belief, and that's good. That's a good thing. You want to challenge your beliefs a little bit, think a little bit. Any sort of organization, religion, anything like that that doesn't encourage a little bit of challenging beliefs, right? I think is a bit of an organized like unit to get you to think a certain way. I can't think with you, bro. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm going to delete this. So I'm going to delete that buy stop there. We'll have to wait now for the candle to close. So candle's pushing down pretty aggressively. 1 hour is coming back down here. So we'll see how the 1 hour closes in, I guess, like 17 minutes here. We'll get a 15 closure in just a minute too. 5% of chance have a, yeah, I would say that. I would say everyone has a chance. Everyone. But only 5% will actually commit long enough and do what it takes to even see any sort of results. Yeah. And a lot of people I see, and I said this on Instagram yesterday, you got big goals, but you got little grind. So your grind don't match your goals, right? And that's a problem, right? That's just bad math there. So you can't say, hey, you want to be a great trader, you want to do all this, and yet, you keep, breaking your trading plan. I'm not buying it. I'm just not, right? What you do speaks so loudly that what you say, I can't hear, right? So I don't care about what you yap about. I care about what you actually do, right? So if you're actually breaking your plan, revenge trading, that shows me that you don't really want it, right? You say you want it, but you don't really want it. Gang, everyone says they want it, but very few want it, right? So when you say, oh, I want to get in better shape and, I'm going to start going to the gym, and then, I check in with you and you're like, yeah, nah. I'm like, hey, dude, why are you eating pizza on Wednesday, right? Aren't you following those macro things now and hitting the gym? I'm probably gonna. I tried, but then I had the pizza party. It came out. It wasn't even in my schedule. Any excuse will do, right? Success don't care. It's only gonna reward you for the work you put in, right? So you gotta be very careful, man. Make sure your grind matches your goals. If you say you want something, then make sure you're willing to put in the work. Otherwise, gang, don't even say it. Don't even say it. So there you go. Look at Angelo Betts. Don't even say it. All right, look, I like this still. So I like this. I'm going to put my buy stop back up here, and I'm going to use whatever low is created on this candle here as a stop loss. And if we break those highs, I'm interested in 33.24 here. Yeah. Yeah, and then like 26, 27. 30 looks clean too. We might have to wait. So just like we had the buy stop on the 15 and we waited, we may have to wait for that on the 30. But as of right now, I'm just gonna hold it down. Actions speak louder. Actions are the only talking you can do. Yeah. You're either all in or you're not. That's right. That's right, man. Yeah, your decisions got to match your dream, right? Your day-to-day decisions got to match what you're looking to get out of life. Otherwise, you're just wishing and hoping, and you're just participating in what the other 95% of people do, which is just thinking about it, right? A lot of thinkers, but not a lot of doers. So the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. You guys, they're trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you the workers are few, not because they're not there, but because they won't perform. They won't stay steadfast in the sight of adversity and all that type of stuff. So you can't get around it. You guys got to go through it. You got to learn to say no to time. Yeah, that's true. Time is your edge. Time's your edge. When you're doing the right things, time's your best friend. When you're not doing the right things, time's your worst enemy, right? Because everything you do has a ripple effect, a domino effect. It's like one thing, alters the other. So, yes, brother. Yes, Elijah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, most people think they want money, but they really just want more time. They just think it's money. So they chase money, but they don't chase ways to make residual money, passive money, right? Like money that they don't need to put in effort for. But they keep thinking they're going to solve their problem, so that's what they work hard for and chase. And it just don't work like that. It just don't. Johnny Gems is here. Let's get it. Hey, John, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
How you doing?
How are you?
What's poppin', bro?
How are you?
I am amazing. Blessed and highly favored.
Good
how
to
you
see
doing,
you.
bro?
Incredible.
Great to see you as well.
Waiting on these buys potentially here.
Yeah, I'm saying I see this. This looks good.
We'll see.
I got
15 minute
buy
looks
stops,
decent. Celery play here, so keep a tight stop and
Yeah.
see if we can risk some profits of today to make some more profits.
I like it. Looks like a great trade.
By the way, I'm also gonna
chat.
get more of my instant funded accounts, and I'll probably I think we can get 3. So they're all 55% off right now. So I'm gonna take advantage of that and probably have like a total of 5 accounts total.
That's what's up.
These accounts should be passed within the next trade, maybe trade or 2, and then I'll get like maybe 3 instant funded and have either 5 or 6 accounts total.
W plan.
Yeah. Stops. So the trade will look something like this. So buy stops on the break of that high there. Keep a tight stop, and this will be like the idea, and then partials right here.
Yeah, I like that. Looks very good.
The question is, does the 1 hour want to keep pushing here in the last 10 minutes? Right? So are we going to break the highs and push up towards 24 in the last 10 minutes, or are we just going to kind of play around here and set up like a 30-minute celery type of play or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use
you
can also use the previous 30, which are about 50 pip stops, which aren't bad either. That'll probably keep you the safest, especially if we get in, because we are going to get in towards the tail end of this 1 hour candle here, right? So if this 1 hour candle doesn't do the full move, then the next one's going to have to open up, create a lower wick, and then do the move there. So, just be aware of all that. What up, Christopher? What's good?
Christopher, what's up, bro? Yeah, let's see if we can get activated.
Yeah, or I might just get another one instant funded, so that way it's not too many accounts going back and forth and whatnot. All right, cool. I'm in. So let's see if we can make a move here. We could probably keep stops either on the previous current 30 or current 15, right? Which kind of keeps them pretty tight there. So completely up to you. This one down here would obviously be the best stop, but completely up to you. I think I might keep them here just because it's the 1 hour. You know, we want to see a quick push up right now. So we want to see that push happen now. We don't want to hang in this trade for too long as the 1 hour candle is going to close. So let's see if we can get that quick push up and then potentially hit partials and go break even. And if we take a L here, it's okay. We take like a 26 pip L, and that shouldn't be an issue. We could still, look for more trades.
Yep.
The one thing I do like about these lows is that they're all respecting each other, So obviously the best stops are going to be down there, but, you got to decide that for yourself.
Right.
I don't really mind them down there.
I don't either. Give it some more breathing room, and if anything, you could just be aggressive with like cutting partials. If we re-break the low, whatever.
Yeah. Maybe close half or something if the low breaks, and then keep the stops where they are. The only reason I would say the lows could break is again just because we're late in the 1 hour candle, so that's where you can potentially get a little bit of a pullback. But let's see, we should be straight. We broke the highs there, so.
We got some volume too, so let's see if we can just get this quick scalp push up.
Yep. Let's see. Where place stop loss? So yeah, I think we talked about that. 2 spots for you, so you could choose either one, but those are the ones that I would look for. I'm probably gonna keep it below just because I know we have a new 1 hour candle. Yeah, but let's see if we could pop here. Also, if you don't like the trade, right, you could just get out right here at like 2 pips and drawdown.
Yep.
And just say, you know what, I'll wait. Yeah, completely up to you.
Hey, hopefully you planned the trade out beforehand, and now you're just following your plan. So should be no feeling, right? We should all be trading with no feeling right now. Just going off the logic in our plan.
I feel nothing.
Literally. Emotionless. Trading like a robot here, right?
Yep. What up, Green? How we feeling?
Greenery. What's up, bro?
The 5-minute candle's also going to close here too. So as long as the 5 closes above, we can hang on. If it doesn't and we're like right at break even, we could delete it, right? We can kind of revisit a trade come 9:15. Either one of those are no big deal.
Might get the 15 minute to close above too, above that resistance.
Yeah.
Or above the celery pattern, I guess.
AB Mike. That's right, brother. That's right. Just follow the plan.
What's up, baby Mike?
Follow the plan.
Yes, sir.
Rise and shine. Here. Rise and shine, my friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. I think, yeah, if you get different accounts, so you have to have like you have the regular accounts and you have the pro accounts, so you can have a little mixture of accounts.
I like that this 4 hour is bullish.
Yeah, the 4 hour could keep moving up. That's kind of the idea here, right? Is this 4 hour candle continuing to move up and fill that wick? That's why like our profits are sitting up there. So
right, we're anticipating the 4 hour to come back up here.
All right, we got a 5 closure here. So 5 is closing up. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think we can hang on. I think we could get a push here.
Maybe a push here in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 hour looks good. Yep, 4 hour looks good. It looks like it can come back
Where,
up for sure.
where our TP is at too. That 15-minute candle didn't have a top wick. We may want to come up and make a top wick for that candle.
Yeah, that's kind of like the target up there.
Yeah.
Alpha, what's poppin'? What's poppin'?
What's up, Alpha?
Alpha, alpha. Doo, doo, doo. All right, so we got 2 minutes left here. Can we get a push out of this 1 hour candle? Let's see. Let's see.
Can we do it? As long as we can close strong bullish, I mean, it's still looking good here. If we don't want to drive in this next 3 minutes, at least close solid bullish. Yo, bro, I seen those Asian cells last night, bro. Beautiful,
Shmoney,
beautiful
yeah.
trade. 1 hour fader.
1 hour fader.
Love
Yeah, a
it.
bit aggressive, but it worked well.
Nah, I dig it, bro.
Yeah. All right, look, with 2 minutes left, I think I'm just going to delete this. Yeah, I'll probably delete it right here, close, and wait. Because chances are, you know, we may either get a pullback or a push up in the last two, but I think we set up on a better hourly candle here. Yeah, if it runs here, fine. But, yeah, I just delete at break even. We got a new hour candle coming up, so we'll see how it closes, and then we'll go from there. If we get the push here in the next 2 minutes, that's okay. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind that. Did the same? Nice. Yeah, nice, nice. BE, yeah, you can go break even too. Yup, break even. That's fine too. Let's see how the 1 hour candle closes here. Went break even. Nice, nice. Yeah, BE is good too. BE is good too. You'll most likely get hit though on the new 1 hour, but let's see. Let's see. Hopefully we could just pop up here.
There's the push.
There's your push.
Right when we get out.
That's okay. You guys can hold it or just go break even. You know, break even is fine too here.
Be nice to pull back, maybe leave a wick fill. Kind of get a similar entry.
Yes, exactly, exactly. All right, 41 seconds. Let's see where we go. The logic behind closing the trade, yeah, because like, so let's say we stay in this trade, right? And now this 1 hour candle closes. And now what's going to happen is the next 1 hour candle could potentially open up and make a new lower wick, right? Which would bring us back into drawdown here. Now this previous 1 hour has no lower wick. So that lower wick could even come all the way down there and then start to come back up and flip bullish here today. So because we're in the trade on that last couple minutes of this 1 hour, we have to be aware of that, right? We're most likely at least going to get some sort of push down like this. And that again brings us back into drawdown, potentially even hits our full stops, right, at that point, and we don't want to take a loss for no reason like that. So now that we have a new 1 hour candle open, now we could say, okay, we could revisit these buys here with a lower wick. That one would have tapped us out at break even anyway, and then maybe, you know, revisit the 1 hour buys here for an even bigger push up. So we got a lot of volume coming in within the next 15 minutes, so everything still looks pretty clean. And yeah, just let's wait now for a next solid entry. Yeah, if the 15 can give us something like this, which would obviously give us the 1 hour lower wick here, so you get a candle like that, maybe a inverted celery type of deal right here, right, where we get this push down, that create these two candles create our 1 hour low, right, and then we pop from there. I think that would be a great opportunity. Or we get maybe a even further push down, right, and we plant support down here. Now we get, like John said, an even better entry, right, at a better price in a better looking setup here. So we take something like that, right, off the support there and do it like that. So we'll see. If the 15 can set up though for us with a little pullback or whatever, that would be perfect. Be perfecto. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, the way we manage that? Good? Okay, cool. He said I got 0.0 pip. You got half a pip? W's a W. What up, Lights Fire? Sell not buy. Uh-oh. There you go. Exactly. You never did. What up, the Prater trader in the house? Yeah, you see, so we would have been back in drawdown and basically getting stopped out here, right? Or at least coming down to stops if you use current candle. I mean, your other stops may still be good below the 15, but I'd rather be in this. I'd rather be out of this trade, wishing I was in it, than in it wishing I was out right now, right? So you got to kind of play the game at that level too at times. Pack runners to rebreak. Yeah, that looks good. Pack runners here. Like I said, I at this point, why should we settle for an entry up here when we could wait for a support right here, right, and take it from there? So now that we have the new 1 hour, we can say, hey, the 15 could probably set up with some good price action, right? And then we can get a better entry from a better level and have much more room to continue driving up. Yeah. Some explanation regarding instant funded accounts. What would you like? Basically, it's instant funded. You skip the challenge. You go straight to the paid phase, or the getting paid phase. And then depending on which account you have to hit a certain percentage. So I would go like to top1futures.com and then just go read up on the rules for the instant funded. And then depending on what size account you have, those will be your profit targets and then your risk parameters. It's different for like 50, 100, 150K, so it just depends on which one you get. Let's go, Ryan. Can't thank you enough. Past, let's go. W, brother. Clubhouse work right there. Clubhouse work. Clean. Congratulations. Congrats, bro. It's crazy what a couple weeks can do. Right, when you really lock in and you get with the right group and the right community and you start taking it serious. And the community helps a lot, because where you would think, oh, I got to get into a trade in here, like the community just like sitting around waiting, and it's like, all right, you know, no one else is eager to get into this move right now besides me, you know. So you start to realize, you know what, let me chill for a second, right, and just focus on the best, you know, the best trades and stuff. All right, let's take a look at ES. I don't think, did we look at ES? Did we? I can't remember. All right, let's do a fresh analysis. I think we did like a quick little. So ES, we did close bearish. This is S&P 500 for those of you guys that don't know. We closed bearish yesterday. We've been obviously in this bullish, crazy bullish rally here. Crazy on the higher time frames. 4 hours trying to move down. It would be nice if we can actually close bearish on the 4 hour here. So we have a new 4 hour resistance. So you could say, you know what, you came down, you made a high. Now maybe we can keep coming down for a low. The 1 hour candles are, yeah, starting to move down. Looks like you did get a closure on the 1 hour. So you might get a move out of this. Yeah, you actually may get a decent move out of this. Let's check the 30-minute, 15. Yeah, the sell stops aren't bad here. You don't have much of a range, but if you don't like this range, wait for sells below 28 there, and then you got all that clean traffic. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how much I like it, especially with the 4 hour still being technically bullish. I'd wait for that 4 hour to close, and then you can get way more aggressive on the sells here, right? So maybe like the 4 hour can kind of close similar to what it looks like now, and then the new one can open up, give you a top wick, right? And then maybe you can get either a closure below for sells, and that would be your 4 hour top wick coming in play. You get a little bit more aggressive up here, or maybe you can kind of get even more aggressive, find a resistance up top here, right, and then be able to sell down. So that's kind of what I would recommend, but I'd wait the hour, and I'd wait on that 4 hour candle to close there. Goldie just trying to do something, just trying. Patience and discipline are the two keys. Yeah, that's so interesting. It's the two things I say before every single stream, huh? Today is a great day to be patient and disciplined. Amazing. Amazing. All right, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. We're on the 15-minute chart right now, so we'll see how we do. Yeah, we really want to focus on the 15 at this point because we're going to get a lot of volume, right? A lot of high volume coming in now. So we're creeping towards 9:15, 9:30, and yeah, we'll see. Possible 30-minute celery here. That would be, that would be like fantastic, right? If this candle can just hold up and stay exactly where it is, and then at 9:30 we start breaking those highs there, we should get moving. Cool. Yeah, the longer, like the more time we can take kind of making this lower wick and staying down, the better. Do I believe the instant funding is better than the one-step elites? Yeah. I mean, if you're like extremely profitable already, then the instant funded's pretty good. I like them both. I like to switch here and there. Sometimes I like doing the challenge phase and getting funded. Sometimes I'd rather just get the instant funded and kind of cook towards the payout. Boom, boom. Nice. Yeah, we got red folder. Yup. Yeah, I've taken 8 payouts this year. Only one has been with top one futures, so I'm trying to get another one Last month, towards the end of the month, we were creeping right on a payout, and then we took those, I think it was like 3 red days, not back to back to back, but 3 red days all within the same week, and that kind of pushed me back there. So still trying to get that second one with top 1. Got Top Step. Oh, nice. Instant payouts. I didn't know that. I'll have to look at it. I'm very excited about building my own account too, moving forward as well. Especially, obviously I'm using a forex broker, but I want to find a futures broker as well that I could really, you know, dump like maybe like at least 6 figures into that account, and then have it all regulated and just trade that and try and build it up to multiple 6 figures in 2026. Yeah, Tradeovate's there. Yeah, AMP, yep. Hanko? Nah. No Hanko. Hey, my man came in a suit today. All right. Let's go. Let's freaking go, bro. Yeah, I'm looking for a futures broker, though. Futures. Asian trade, yeah. Last night's Asian trade was just a 1-hour fade. It was taken right here. No, I'm sorry, right here. So you had a 1-hour fade. So we're all like bearish on the daily. We understood the move up. If you go to the 30-minute, we tried to get these right here. So basically the way we had it all set up last night was buys above this level here, right? So we finally got this candle here to close above that level, but the issue is we never got a lower wick. So that was our move, right? That was the move that we wanted for Asian sesh. We just let it go, right? We just watched it go, just watch it go. And if you can't do that, by the way, you have a lot of work to do still, right? If you can't let a move go that doesn't line up with your trading plan, you're not at the profitability level yet, because you'll lose your profits with FOMO, you know, as I'm sure you've done up until this point, right? So you got to get over that stuff. Like seriously, like you got to really get over that if you want to be successful trading. So anyway, so we didn't get that, right? So we let that go. And then this candle kind of closed up, and we're like, all right, you know what? Let's just call it. And then about an hour later after that, this 1 hour, where'd it go? This 1 hour candle closed. I just had a good read. You know, I came back to the desk like an hour later. I seen, okay, cool, the hour candle was closing. We were all below a 30-minute range that I was looking at too, to the left, and just decided to enter on the break of these lows. And yeah, I basically, there was a 15-minute wick fill. Is this it? Yeah, this wick fill right here is where I closed 50%, and then I let the rest of it run all the way down until, where'd it go again? That 30-minute low right there. Yeah, so this trade actually did run for me. It hit full TP. Close half at the wick fill, and then close another half, or close the full position right there. It was a pretty simple trade. Let me show you like the actual moment. I think I sent it in a Clubhouse, right? Yeah. Yeah, so that was it. So ended up this line down here was the 30-minute no lower wick or whatever. So I just closed the full trade right there. Yeah, let me show you what the 30-minute looked like too. So this is what the 30-minute looked like. See how we had no lower wick there? So that was my target. Was that candle with no lower wick, and then yeah, tapped it. It just kept driving too, kept pushing even further, kept going and going. Yeah, and understanding the fade in real time, it was just the fact that we were bearish on the day. The move that we wanted had already happened, right? So that move had already taken place. And remember when before we left the live stream, we said, hey, we would, if we were in the buy position, we would be exiting right here, right? Now, why would we be exiting? Because why? Because we think that once we get there, the move should be done, right, for the most part. So that means you're either going to get consolidation over here, or you're going to get some sort of retracement, right, and a retest coming back down into the lows and all that stuff. So now that that move is over, you know, you wait, and I really wasn't planning on taking another trade. I just happened to come back into my office here like an hour after the session, and I just seen the 1 hour looking like you know, closing below, closing weak, and I was like, all right, cool. You know, if we should get a lot of volume here if we break the lows, and yeah, it was pretty clean straight run down. See how much volume? Sometimes you could just feel when there's volume. And look at this. I mean, look at these no wicks. We were just running down, like running down. So yeah, it's one of those good moves. Just happened to be in the right place at the right time. All right, let's get back to business here. 30 closures coming up in 13 minutes. We got the 15-minute candle. It did close bearish, so that's good. And now if this guy can close bullish, kind of like this, that'd be great, right? I wouldn't really mind taking the buy right there with that little resistance there. It's fine. Anything above 19 here today, we'll take advantage of the longs, right? So we'll see what happens. We may have to wait on the 30 break of the high there, but all in all, starting to look pretty good. $52 pip stops. Yeah. So we could have a buy stop here, right? Or like I mentioned earlier, and then you would have to use these stops, right? Or as I mentioned earlier, we wait and see if that candle closes just like that, right? And then what we can do is we could take the trade on the next candle and keep the stops here, right? Versus maybe down here. So that's a difference of like 20 pips. So plus we got a whole lot of volume coming in at 9:30, but you know, don't get me wrong, that volume can come in now at 9:15 and we can get moving here. Johnny Gems, my bad, I don't know where you went. Hold on. Perfect. Unmute. Yo, I'm debating, you know what I mean? Do we want to go in a little low here for the potential 9:15 move, or do we want to wait and stack a fat position at 9:30? That's kind of the debate going on, right? In my mind as a trader right now. So being that the 15 kind of closed below, I think I'd rather wait on the 30 versus trying to get in impulsively here with that closure. So I think that's what I'll probably gear more towards doing, is waiting the 11 minutes and then letting this candle close and then just kind of going in from there. I'm already up, you know, I'm already on pretty green on the day, so I might as well just wait.
Yep. Yes, sir.
But I do want to kind of bring you guys through the debate in my own mind, right? Because there's a lot that goes on in here that I might not share on this microphone. And those are little decisions that I'm trying to make, right, on a day-to-day, trade-to-trade basis, candle-by-candle basis. So that way, if you're like, what should I do here? Should I do this? Should I do that? Man, Nick always knows what to do. No, Nick debates in his mind just like you do, right? Just trying to figure out the best possible entries here for us to take. So wait for the fat boy. All right, we'll wait for the fat boy. We'll wait for the 30 celery here. Yeah, because if we get that 30 celery, that's going to be more of like a B/A. So you can really probably pump your risk up a little bit, and we should begin to fly on the break of those highs. And again, at that point, you can use this is what your trade could look like, right? Stops right below the low, and then full T. I mean, we could probably start to target bigger TPs at 9:30 as well, but most definitely kind of partials up at 26 there. Let's see. Just been following your live stream trades. Okay, my target is to follow you. I passed a 50K. Oh, okay, cool. Lovely. Congratulations.
Love
Pack runner. Let's go.
Good job. Good job.
Let's go. Can we go small risk? Yeah. If you guys, we can go like, you can put like a small risk on there just to be a part of the move, right? In case it does happen. Because again, we still have 9 minutes here. So there's 9 minutes left, and anything, we can start pushing right here. So yeah. Could you explain why Magnus didn't take that trade after London? After? No, I can't, because I'm not sure what he was doing. He might have been at the gym, or he might have left the desk. You know, I doubt he just sits. I doubt he gets off the stream and just sits at the desk waiting for trades. I very rarely do that, so he probably just got off the desk and, you know, went and did some things before the New York sesh. Was there anything in London? I didn't really see too much going on in London. I did love this 4 a.m. move, but again, that was after London. You had a decent closure here at 2:30, but no wick. You came back up. Yeah, so there's really nothing on during London worth it. Same thing with Asian. Kind of happened a little after Asian. Same deal with London today. Happened a little after. Yeah. Plus, this was a little tricky too, because there's a lot of resistance here as well, right? So it's like you want to wait, especially if you go all throughout your session, right? And you don't really want to get in and stopped out here too, right? Sometimes when you know the volume could be done, but today it worked out well. I probably would have been in that trade if I would have been at the desk for that wick fill, but I can see why if you were at the desk and you didn't take it because of like this. Obviously, like look left, you know, it's way cleaner up there than it is right here. So yeah, that's either entry was fine, or either one is fine. If you took it, great. If you didn't, you know, it's no biggie as well. I think it looked the best off the 1 hour chart. If you see the 1 hour had the inverted celery, wick to fill, that's how I would have looked at it. 1 hour seller, 1 hour inverted celery, rejection to the downside, break of the highs, 80% closed at the wick fill, and then the rest of it closed probably somewhere, yeah, probably somewhere like right there. Oh, what do you know? That's crazy. Yeah, so probably somewhere like right at that 27 area, full TP. Do I trade Asian in London? I do. Yeah. Pretty much every day. Yep. The trade I took was a 1 hour fade. So it was a 1 hour fade. I forget what time it was. It's like right here. Break of the lows, entry. I was targeting down here a 30-minute candle that had no lower wick, which is this guy right here. This no lower wick candle, and then that was it. I was out. It moved very fast too. Yeah, literally in the clubhouse, we run 4 live streaming sessions a day. So we're always in and out, in and out, in and out. So the clubhouse is designed for like exactly that. Like you got this house, right? And you're more than welcome in it. So like anytime that you want, you can pull up and you can see what we're doing inside. We getting money, we getting knowledge, right? We're getting wisdom, right? So there's always going to be people hanging out in the clubhouse, and it's not something that you have to come to every single minute or you have to be a part of. But when you're just moseying around, you come here and say, hey, what are these guys doing? And then boom, there we are doing exactly what you see us doing here, talking trading, talking life, taking trades, making money, getting lessons, getting blessings, and the whole nine. So that's what the clubhouse is about. You know, it's a bunch of like-minded individuals in here, and we're all kind of showing up every day, trading these sessions. And, you know, when you want to come in, right? If you only trade London, show up around London time, right? If you only trade Asian, show up around Asian, or whatever the case is. So, yeah, we stream 4 times a day. So the clubhouse is usually always popping.
Yes, sir.
It's always popping. The schedule is, let me give you guys a schedule. This is the stream schedule. So if you guys are wondering what time we go live and all that, take a little picture of that. And that's our whole streaming schedule right there. So London, we start off the week every week in London. We go to pre-New York, New York into Asian, and then we just do it all over again. London, pre-New York, New York, Asian, London, pre-New York, New York, Asian. And then every single Saturday we do a full 1 hour webinar where we start talking about things that we're either working on right then and there, or we're talking about certain topics, or we're hitting psychology. Like, it's so much stuff. So much.
Sir.
There's a full built-in course in the clubhouse. There's also about 50 to 60 hours of pre-recorded webinar content to learn from. That is honestly second to none. Like, if you literally take notes and apply what you learn in those webinars, not only will you be a way better trader, but you'll be a way better entrepreneur, mom, dad, husband, brother, like everything. ES is bouncing off the VWAP. Let's go. How do you join the clubhouse? Just hit exclamation point clubhouse, and then you can pull up. Pull up. That VWAP, DWAP. Yeah. Did we take a trade this morning? We took a little buy, but we got out at break even. Yeah, we just got out when we were in profit. So we got out of it, and I'm glad we did, because this we'd be in trouble here now, right? So I'd rather see this 30-minute candle close here, potentially settle in for this 30-minute celery, and right now we hands free. We're not in drawdown, we're chilling, and that's the reason why we kind of deleted that.
Yep.
Let's take a look at ES now that Louis G's stepping in. Okay, cool. Yeah, not bad. So I would say the sells are pretty clean, right? If you, especially 15 closures below here, you got a lot of room to come down. Yeah. See if you respect that 30-minute high. It looks pretty good. We might even be able to take impulse entries, right? 30-minute celery. Sheesh. We might have 230 celeries going on here. Holy. What do we do?
Bad, bro.
What do we do? 10 lots on each.
2.5 minutes on this one.
You see, sometimes patience would be like, reward you so well. Sometimes it'll throw a whole bunch of setups at you.
Right.
I'm so happy. I don't know what to do with my hands. Do I think religion has had a big impact on my success? No. Already ahead of someone that's not religion. I think religion is limitation, believe it or not. So I actually think the complete opposite. I think religion is all designed to hold you back, to keep you separate from God. What? Really? Religion? Yes, religion, right? So I'm more into, like, I want to know what certain people said, like Jesus, and I want to study what they said. I don't want to study what religion has it geared towards. I want to do my research for real, right? I don't want to take just one manuscript and say, this is what I believe, or that's what I believe. I want to really do the work. Most religious people are lazy, and they just, oh, is that what you told me? Okay. Hey, hey, honey, what do we believe? That's the greatest one. Hey, you guys Catholic, Christian, honey, which one do we believe in, right? It's nonsense. It's nonsense, right? Most people don't even believe what they believe, right? They just believe it because like any of you guys Yankee fans, Met fans, anything? You're only a Yankee fan because your dad said, "Hey, we're Yankee fans in this house," right? So that's it, right? The only reason most people are Christians or Muslims or this or that is because their mom and dad said, "This is what we are." Okay, this is what you believe, right? And they never question anything. They never dive into the real text and study it for themselves. So personally, I think religion is a limitation, and I'm more of trying to find out why I'm here, the messages, the red letters, right? I want to put it all together for myself and not just believe a pastor or a priest or some guy on YouTube, right? You should never just believe me. You should always do your research and due diligence on everything. So, yeah. Okay, so we did close below, so that kind of sucks. Let's take a look at ES here. ES, oh my God, we closed all the way back above. So, wow. Sheesh. Yeah. So 9:30, we closed back above here on ES. We closed below on gold. And let's take a look here. Is Goldie going to move down? Holy smokes.
Is that a 15 celery?
Oh, man, those are tough, though. Those are tough.
It's tough. It is tough.
I don't think I can do those. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. Yeah, this move down doesn't look the greatest to me at all. So, yeah, probably going to have to let that go. We did close back below the range. The 1 hour candle is still open, so 4 hour candle still bullish. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Yeah, unfortunately, got to let this one roll. 9:30, would have loved it. I think we have, yeah, we got news at 10 as well. So maybe we get a little push down and then like a closure back above, inverted celery, and we can go for that. The idea of taking this on the break of the high is actually not that bad either, right? Because if we go down and we fill that wick, we should not come up to break the high there, right? Unless we actually want to push up. So there is an opportunity for that impulse idea there, but it doesn't look the greatest. So I probably won't take that. Just got to let this one go. Hey, by the way, so if we never closed the position earlier, right now you're like, damn, I really should have closed that at break even. So yeah, we gotta wait here. Nasty. Man make religion. Yeah. Sheesh, man. You guys want to hear something extremely deep too? I don't even know if I should say it. Yeah, so we might, look, you know what? We might even grab the pack here on the 1 hour because that would make perfect sense, right? If we grab the pack, started pushing up from here, I mean, that would be insane. So that would be pretty epic too. But I think either way, we have to wait on the 15 closure here. Yeah. So let's wait. Say it. All right, look, this is just I just want you to think about this. This isn't me saying this is what I believe. This isn't any of that. This is just something to meditate on. But you guys know who Osho is? I think his name is Osho. Anyway, he said God is the greatest lie invented by man. Whoa.
Damn, bro.
Right? Not the idea of a creator, not the idea of someone, who put all this together. The idea of you feeling that you need something outside of you. Because that's not what Jesus told us. Jesus told us the kingdom of heaven is within us, right? So just meditate on it, all right? Just meditate on it. Sheesh, right? So, and then go read read the red letters clearly. Read the red letters.
You gotta say that one more time, bro.
So I didn't say it. He said it, and he said God is the greatest lie invented by man.
Damn.
And again, the idea that there's some man in the sky that is gonna, basically, depending on his mood that day, is what you're gonna get out of it, right? A lot of people beg, right? They don't pray properly, they beg. These are all signs of scarcity, right? So religion has a lot of people admiring struggle, admiring just not sacrifice, but in a way like it's okay to not do good, right? Like it's okay, right? It's all right. But it's not, right? God is an abundant God, right? Who wants you to live abundantly. You're God's highest form of creation. He's love, he's oneness, right? So why would you be separate from him? Oh, because of sin, right? Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting. Wow. So I guess no pack runner here.
Leader, bro.
Don't. I think we're all just one, right? How could? Which God? Hey, which God are you serving? I'm serving this God. Well, which God are you serving? Well, I'm serving this God. It just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. It's like a real life spell. Sheesh. Hey, but I'm just a beginner. I don't know nothing. I literally know nothing. Like, I'm a open book and know absolutely nothing at all. Yes. Yeah, I definitely there's definitely oneness, right? I don't think we really came from apes. I don't think apes are God. That's for sure. Who wrote the Bible? So the question isn't who wrote the Bible. The question is who put it together, right? And what was their intention, right? So there's a lot of stuff that we don't really hear about in life, but once you become pretty tapped in spiritually, then you start getting discernment a lot of times. And I've always felt this discernment. You guys have known I've always had my own opinions on this type of stuff, and yeah, you got to make it make sense. Green's an ape. No, I'm just kidding. Green's a savage. You might confuse Green for an ape sometimes. He's that big.
Green is a savage, facts.
More bloodshed over religion? Exactly, yeah. Let's see here. Death, we don't die. We never die. We never die. We are spiritual beings, energy and matter, which can never be neither destroyed. It can only be transferred, right? Transferred. So, yeah, that's the thing they got us tripping about is death. We don't die.
Right,
we don't die. Even when these physical bodies run out, you will move to another realm. You will move to a state of consciousness or whatever. So call it heaven, right? You call it heaven too. But yeah, you don't die. Opposite of each other. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I just definitely know there is a God. I'm not about religion either. I just believe in God, higher power.
Inner transfer. Yes, that inner spiritual growth. Yep, for sure. All I know is I want to continue to seek Jesus. I want to continue to seek his knowledge, his wisdom. I know that there's books that were written. I know that there's things about him that have been hidden. And it's my job as someone who actually wants to follow his words to go deeper, right? And to make sure that nothing is being held back from me, right? Because in a world full of evil men, why wouldn't they? Right? So you got to question everything. You got to really start to dive in, right? And seek the kingdom, right? Seek it for yourself, right? Don't just do it because someone says, even things that are written in the Bible or in the Quran, right? Don't just believe it because someone said it. Go look into it. Go study it. Go get in prayer and meditation and ask for spiritual guidance, right? Ask for discernment. It's a lot more than just quoting a scripture here and there and saying, "Oh, well, I believe in God," right? Like it's a lot more than that. showing up to church, you know. I love getting around churches because, you know, church got a lot of good people, but I still see a lot of people live in scarcity, living in doubt and fear, like they don't serve the God of the Bible. So, yeah. Yes, that's true. That's true. Jesus, he's a Nazarene. He's an Essene, is what they were. So they were very, very spiritual beings. Yeah, his whole crew, right? Everything changed when the Romans took this whole thing, you know, and kind of put it in their hands. So you got to really dive deep and do your research. Yeah. 1 hour engulfed? Yeah, possible. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so we're just kind of chopping around here. We'll see. I still believe we can move up. The 4-hour candle is going to close here in about 18 minutes. So let's see how the 4-hour candle closes. And then if we can, you know, close up really weak here. This is kind of what me and John talked about last night, was the fact that maybe we can get like a bit of a celery at some point on the 4-hour and then continue pushing up. So, but that 4-hour candle's got to close weaker than it is now. Otherwise, you know, we might chop around here a bit.
Right. We're just respecting those lows right now too.
By the way, what did the people do before there was a Bible or a Quran? Did they not tap into God?
That's what I'm saying.
So don't tell me I need this book or that book. I'm telling you, you need a relationship with God. You need a spiritual relationship. A lot of false teachers, yeah, and Jesus warned us there will be many that come in my name, but they will deceive you. So you got to be careful. He said ayahuasca.
Yo, Nick, your screen just like stopped sharing on the Zoom call.
Oh no. Oh no.
But I think everything's good. I don't know, it just randomly stopped.
Don't tell me. All right, we got to keep it. We might have to keep it a little hush hush now.
Jack, can you guys still see it? Or
Oh,
is it
they
just me?
see it. All right, cool.
Okay, never mind. I think it's just me.
Somebody's watching me. Zoom playing? Yo, Zoom was playing yesterday too. What was going on? You guys can see my screen, right? We good?
Yeah, we're good now.
All right, cool.
Yep.
False alarm. False alarm. What's today? Tuesday? Tuesday.
Yes, sir. No, yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday, right? I went back to Fleming's yesterday. We gave him a third shot. It was pretty good. Pretty good. The one thing I didn't like was one of the little busboy dudes who held the door for me to come in. He came over and he was like, "Hey, it is lunchtime, so we're kind of relaxed right now, but usually we don't do the cut-off shirts." I'm like, tell the manager to tell me that, man. Tell the manager, because the manager loves me. The guy comes up, he loves my car, he's always talking to me. He didn't say that to me. So I just found that a little funny. Rock my cut-off shirt, man. What's wrong with that? Yeah, religion. Yeah, by the way, Jesus never wanted to create a new religion. Where do you see that in his words?
Right.
Serious.
Wasn't
Jesus wanted to create leaders. All right. Man wanted to create leaders, said, "I'll make you a fisher of men," and then just developed a bunch of followers. You know what question that I have that I'm kind of like asking is, did the Romans, right? If the Romans killed Jesus, did they kill him because he said he was God, or did they kill him because he said we were God? Like, that's another big mind-blowing question right there, right? Because if the Romans, if they knew people would actually listen to Jesus, right, and what he was saying, then that means that they would not need Romans or churches or anything like that anymore, right? So what was he actually saying, right? Especially when he said, hey, me and the Father are one, right? Just like you and me are one. Meanwhile, the church tries to give us, hey, you and the Father, you guys, you're separate from God, right? You got to earn, like you got to just come through here and do it this way, right? So it's very interesting. Maybe we could have a big old study on it one day. What do you guys think?
I'm down, bro.
Would enjoy it? Yeah, I think so. Okay, we got closure here in 13 minutes. Let's see. Love talking history. Let's go. Yeah. So if you're created in his image and his likeness, then that must mean that you can basically work in his likeness as well, right? So that kind of puts us as in the category as gods, right? If we were born from a dog, we'd be called dogs. If we were born from a lion, we'd be called lions, right? But if we were made in the image and likeness of God, then would we be maybe gods, right? Not the God, right? Not the God that created everything, but just like the wave is a part of the ocean, right? The wave isn't separate from the ocean, it's a part of it. So it's a lot to think about, you know. A spiritual webinar? Oh, it might come, yeah. And by the way, this is very challenging to hear for Christians and Catholics and Muslims. I get it. I totally get it. I understand. But, you know, you also want to seek, right, is what we were taught to do. Seek. So when you ask the pastor, hey, what I'm really interested in that, and I was thinking about it, and he goes, no, don't even go down that way. Don't even do. You gotta question that a little bit, right? So, and look, he might be pointing you in the right direction based off of what he knows, right? Because his pastor told him that, or his leader told him that, or whatever the case is. So you can't just follow man blindly, right? Yeah, the Jew. I know the Jews killed him. I'm saying the Romans kind of carried it out. I understand. I understand it. Trust me, I've thoroughly studied the Bible for many years. Many years.
Yeah, bro. I think most importantly, like something we can take away from Jesus was that he loved God, he loved himself, and he loved others. And I think if we do those three things, I feel like God will love you. You know, God will always love you. But I think if you do those three things, I mean, and having a relationship with God, I think things are simple and good. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, just listen to him, right? Love God, love your neighbor, repent, right? When you feel that consciousness inside of you telling you you shouldn't be doing that, right? Don't do it anymore. That's your opportunity to repent in those areas, to love people, right? To, you know, do unto others as you would want them to do unto you, right? Treat people correctly. Love God. Understand, you know, you're a wave that's a part of the ocean, right? You're not the ocean. So understand all that.
Yeah.
Okay, 4-hour closure. 10 left on it. 10 left. Very nice. Very nice. And remember, I don't know anything. I know nothing. Nothing about nothing. All right, so ES made its way down. It looks like we did a little fake out there. So we faked out, popped up, broke the highs at 9:30, end up closing below, and then started popping. Wow, that's crazy. So look at that. So this candle at 9:15 closed above. The next one at 9:45 closed below. And now we're melting here. Interesting. Interesting price action on this Tuesday. Goldie all over. What time is it? 9:50? Yeah, so let's see what happens. We got news coming up here in about 10 minutes. And we will see where we're going to go. The 4 hours also closing in 10 minutes. So, yeah, we're should get some more information here.
Four-hour and daily, I mean, may want to start heading back down. We get a 4-hour closure.
Yeah, we'll see how the 4 hour closes now. Because look, at this point now that we have the closure, we can look at the 4 hour time frame and say, you know, maybe we're trying to work our way down still, right? We're kind of doing these lower lows, lower highs, right? And potentially moving down.
Yeah.
Can we do it? We've had quite a bit of pushes on the 4 hour, but we really haven't been able to go anywhere. And one thing I want to draw your attention to is over here to the left, we never closed above this area here, right? And if we're going to get a pullback into any area on the 4 hour chart, it's going to be right here. So we have yet to actually close above there. Therefore, again, this could be a new resistance being formed, and our next 4 hour candle, right, after making a top wick, could start to move down and retest that support level there. I mean, technically our daily still is bearish, right? So, yep. I think we're going to set up nice here. I think we're going to get something nice, especially on the 1 hour close. Yeah. Like, we've kind of been consolidating for the last 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, really. So we might get a big breakout. I think the idea here would be is if the 4 hour wick can come on up, right, we can kind of create this top wick here. So we let the buys go on the lower time frame and we wait for like a resistance. So let's say it'll look something like this where the 4 hour candle closes now, right? And then we spend maybe the next 15 to 30 minutes kind of making that 4 hour candle's top wick, right? And then if we close, we can potentially look for a fake out here around these levels, maybe even get a nice wick right back into these areas here with a closure, and then this right for that wick fill would set up perfectly. So we might be able to get that.
Yeah, I like that. You don't like the buys on the way up?
Maybe, but they gotta be good, you know, they gotta be right.
The only reason I say that is because daily's at support.
Yeah, I don't mind them, but they gotta really be there. It's gotta look good.
I agree. It's gotta be a playbook setup.
If I could draw your attention over to the left-hand side here, this is Brad Pitt's house. He's been living here since 1996. How many of you guys ever went to California? You ever did them tour rides in Cali? Yeah, we did that once. It was so funny. I actually seen Eddie Murphy. You guys know Eddie Murphy? I seen the boy Eddie. Yeah, we got news. That's what I'm saying. Like, if the news can pump us up, and then that'll give us the 4 hour top wick, and then we could look for shorts at that point. Yo, who else did we see, man? This is back in 2012. My goodness. Yeah, when we did that. That was my first time in Cali. I'm saved from FOMO. W.
That's the goal.
Gold going down, down, down. Did I lose weight? A little bit. A little bit. I went from I think it was 197 down to 178. Just literally following a macro plan and working out. Yeah, cut ton of body fat. Ton of body fat.
Hell yeah.
Why didn't I take these shorts? Because at that time we were anticipating longs coming in, right? So this candle here was very close to closing, like literally right here. And then in the last like 2 minutes, we just drove down and closed below. And the 4 hour is still technically bullish. So, you know, I just told myself and everyone, I'm going to let that one go. Yeah, I had a feeling we could move down, but I didn't like it based off of everything else going on. So we just let it go. This is kind of what the 15 looked like. So it was semi there, but not the best and kind of against my plan today. So plus I'm already up pretty good on the day, and there was no point in getting into something that I wasn't fully comfortable with. But if we can make like this inverted celery deal, man, like who knows? Who knows? Let's wait on the 4 hour closure and then we'll kind of go from there. Did we break the low? Because we really never broke the lows yet either. So all these lows are respecting each other on the way up. We might have to do a fresh top down here.
Yeah. All those wicks is why it's so choppy on the lower time frame. Those 4 hour lower wicks there.
Yeah.
So choppy on the lower time frames.
It is. Yeah, that makes a bunch of chop on the lower time frames. Yep.
Yeah.
Can I share my diet plan? Yeah, but it might not be good for you, you know? So that's the only thing. That picture with Nick and Justin Bieber? You mean the picture with Justin Bieber with Nick? Bieber met me that day. I didn't meet him. But anyway, my macros are about 160 grams of protein, 40 grams of fat, and 200 grams of carbs. So all that staying under 1,800 calories every day, and you know, nice workouts 5-6 days a week, and get you right. Yeah, and normally I don't really eat 200 grams of carbs, but I have it in case I do, right? It's there. But I usually wait to eat most days until about 5 or 6 p.m. And then the days that I do eat earlier, I'll usually eat around like 1 p.m. And that just depends if Anna just randomly brings me in some, you know, eggs and bacon, and I'm like, I can't deny that. So I'll have some of that. Or if we go out, like yesterday, we went out to lunch and we ate around like 2 p.m. You know, that's where I'll kind of break the fast a little earlier. But most days I usually settle in for 1 meal a day, and I have that around between 5 and 6. It's impossible, right? It's almost impossible to actually gain weight by eating 1 meal a day, right? Especially if you're staying in a macronutrient, right, and keeping your calories where they're supposed to be. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's like following the game plan or following the playbook. Over time, you know, it's just too easy. You're just gonna win. Not based off of anything you've done, but just based off of following the plan.
You're right about that, bro.
What do I eat for carbs? Usually rice. I just have rice, maybe some potatoes sometimes. Yeah.
Gotta have high protein meals though, right? When you're doing like 1 meal, 2 meals, they gotta be high protein, like 100, 150 grams plus.
I eat 2 filet mignons.
Yeah. That's like 150 grams right there.
It's about 100.
Probably more.
Depending on the weight. So yeah, someone asked if I have a food scale. Yeah, I have a food scale. So yeah, depends on the weight, but yeah, I usually get, in just that 1 meal alone, I'll get like 100 plus grams of protein. So yeah, then I just get like another whatever 50 grams sometimes from like a protein snack or like a protein shake or something. I love me some breakfast, bro. Me too, man. Trust me, I had to skip out on breakfast a lot over the past 6-7 months. Where do we work? We don't work. We don't work. People ask me, what do you do for work? I said, least as possible, G. As least as possible. Yeah, so we haven't had jobs in a couple of years. I haven't had a job since I think it was 2018, maybe 2019. Yeah, 2018, 2019. I haven't had a job since. So, yeah, I've been basically just running my own stuff.
Yeah, last time I had a job was like 3.5 years ago when I was in 11th grade working pizza delivery. That's what I did.
Pizza delivery.
So yeah, it was about like 3.5 years now.
Nice. All right, let's talk about let's do a fresh top-down analysis here on gold. So we have this daily candle, right? The daily time frame is clearly in a bit of support, right? So it's a little sketchy. We haven't really moved on yesterday's daily candle or today's daily candle. So there's a bit of a hold up here. I can't see us just breaking through the gates right now and driving. I don't know. I just can't see it happening. But, you know, anything can happen here. But keep in mind, we're at support, right? We never closed below. We haven't really done anything today. Just been moving around in the same area. The 4-hour chart, right? The 4-hour candles have officially closed bearish. So it's been a little bit of a struggle on the way up here, right? But we've been respecting all these highs and whatnot. So if you look at the 4-hour, we came right up, created resistance. And if you look left, we created resistance right at that area. So that's pretty much what keeps me leaning towards the bearish bias now, right? Is the fact that we're closing below this area, right? And we're also closing bearish here. So I am starting to kind of be a little bit more bearish, but again, I know I could see that daily candle popping out of here. So it comes down to the lower time frame. So right now you're clearly just chopping around, right? Support, you got resistance. The 1 hour isn't doing anything here. Oh, my bad. 1 hour isn't really doing much. It's just up and down, not many opportunities presented, and this is our range here, right? So you have a closure, but you got support right here, right? You have that wick fill, which could go down, but again, support sitting right there is going to make that pretty tough. 30-minute closures also, you know, closed above the range here, and then again, just like John pointed out earlier, you have support, right? Support, all this chop here to the left-hand side coming down towards like 3,300. So it gets tough. It gets tough to take the sells, right? Even though that 4-hour candle is closing bearish, but it gets very difficult here. So I think the idea for me would probably just be, it would probably just be buys from 33.12, anticipating that we don't move down and that we respect the lows, because if we can get a 4-hour candle to break the low right now, boom, like it's doing, and attempt to fill that wick, right, start coming down and respect the lows like they've been doing, right, then what we can look at there is a fake out on the lower time frame. So a potential attempt to fill that wick here, a candle closure that closes, let's say, with no lower wick or something like that, and then a bullish candle coming back up here, right? Something like this. I think the buys are actually going to work well. Other than that, I can't really see me taking any other trade here today at this point. It's just too choppy on the way down. And, you know, to wait for this full range to take buys, I think we can get in a little earlier, right? So, yeah, that's probably it. That's probably what I'm looking for. Let's see if we could attempt to fill the wick, activate all the sellers here, and then possibly pop back up. Otherwise, it's a bit messy.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Do you like 15-minute onion buys or 30-minute buys also?
Yeah, I'll do
both?
15. Yeah, I'll do 15.
I know the 30 minutes a little bit cleaner, but 15-minute isn't bad either.
It's not. It's not, because this is a rejection wick that should get filled, and then after it gets filled, like, why would we shouldn't close back above if we want to go down, right? We're only going to close above if we want to move up there. So that's where we can get involved and take the buys and kind of come into these ranges up here.
Yeah. Yesterday's daily candle too, the previous daily candle really struggled at that support as well. So I really would anticipate, I mean, eventually a support being formed for that daily candle move back up. And yeah, with those 4 hour wick rejections, I think buys look good. We get the playbook set up.
All right, well, here's the low, my friends. So this will determine whether we reject or we push through. Let's see. I don't know. I can totally see that 4 hour candle coming, like breaking the highs and pushing up. I feel like we're not done.
Thanks, bro. I could really see this daily candle just like planting a support
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm saying.
at the end of the day.
That move that I'm talking about on the 4 hour has a lot to do with the daily and where the daily currently is. Like, look at every time we were here, we created, bullish, rejection, bullish, right? So what's the chances that if today's candle can close like that, right? We get a potential bullish closure for tomorrow. We come up in these ranges here and we do a daily pullback, right? So you see how the time frames are trying to correlate themselves. So the 4 hour got a pullback, but the daily hasn't got one yet, right? So maybe this could be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then NFP Friday, right? Come in and just murk us. So yeah, we'll see. But 4 hour has respected the low here, so let's just hang tight and wait. Bullish.
Patience.
John's a young buck, yeah.
Sir.
I went full-time
always
trading.
rise.
Nice.
Appreciate
About a year ago. Yeah, it's nice to be a full-time trader, man. Especially if you got some income rolling in on the side of that and you don't have too much pressure. Like the way I did it was I really banked on trading, but I don't know if I'd recommend that to everyone. Like at one point I was just trading and trading only, and I was trying to kind of get myself out of a situation, and it was a lot of pressure. So I don't know if most people are,
mentally stable,
designed for that, but if you have a separate business or something like that on the side, trading is very, very, very lucrative.
And even when you do go full time, you should always look for ways to create other streams of income. Why not?
Exactly. I'm guessing up or down, to be honest. I mean, me too, bro. I'm feeling the same way. I mean, we're going up or down, something like that.
That's what's guaranteed in trading. We're either going to go up or down, really.
Up, down.
Sheesh.
It's like that story you put up a while back. A religious person sits in church thinking about fishing. A person who has a relationship with God is out fishing thinking about God. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Love to wait for the fake out. Yes, same here. So support down at like 33.13 will be our best bet here. Up or down? Yeah, that's right. It can go sideways. That's true. It can go sideways. Do I read Anthony Robbins? Tony Robbins? Yeah. I've read some of his stuff. Man, I remember reading his book. It was called Money. It was I was reading this book back in like 2015. I had to stop reading it. I wasn't rich enough to keep going. I'm like, I don't have enough money to keep reading. Right? None of this applies to me now. So yeah, I actually stopped that book like less than midway through, and I'm like, I need to get my money up to keep reading this book. But what's crazy is the world has moved so rapidly, so fast over the last decade or decade and a half that believe it or not, some of those things don't even apply anymore. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hashim. What's good? Couldn't. Awakening the Giant Within. That was a good one. Yeah, I read that. Apart from Outwitting the Devil, what other books do you recommend? The Magic of Thinking Big, The Slight Edge, The Compound Effect, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, The Tongue, A Creative Force was an amazing book. The 5 a.m. Club. Yeah, I guess get started there, and then once you finish those, give me a holler and we'll go through some more. Yeah, those would be a few books I'd recommend. Yeah, Outwitting the Devil, Magic of Thinking Big. Slight Edge is a golden one by Jeff Olson. You know, there was a really good book I read. I never talk about this book. It was called Back to Alive. I don't know. Maybe it just hit me at a point in life I was at, but for some reason I just loved that book. I forget who the author was and whatnot, but yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. I can't remember who the author for that was. But you know, if you really dedicate yourself to like a good 5 or 6 books, you really don't need to read. It's nice to have different perspectives. I'm actually very happy that in my 20s I read close to 200 books, and that kind of like allowed me to scale it down to a good like 5, 6, 7 books that I would pretty much, you know, spend the rest of my life studying.
Yeah.
Richest Man in Babylon is a great book. Great book. Really good book, actually. The Greatest Salesman Alive is, I think it was The Greatest Salesman Alive by Og Mandino. Insane. Great book. Anything Og Mandino is pretty solid. I don't know if you guys have looked into his work, but he's good. Meet Me at the Lake. I've never read that one. Yeah, what I liked about The Richest Man in Babylon was it really makes you aware of where you're putting your money. You know, so like I think the first rule is like secure thy purse. You know what I mean? Like make sure your purse is good, because every single dollar you spend, you're giving it to somebody else, you know, and do they deserve it, or should they get it, right? And it goes as far as the cup of coffee at Starbucks in the morning, you know, like little do you know, you spend $5 a day, right, at Starbucks, right? 5 times 7 is what? 5 times 7 is 35, right? If you do that times 4, let's just say, you know, that's $140 a month, but you can't afford the clubhouse yet. But you're too busy drinking Starbucks coffees, right? Trying to get your money up, trying to learn how to trade. So you got to look at where you give your money to, and is it a asset, right? Is it an investment into your future, you know, really, and your future goals? So it may just seem like $140, it's not a lot, but can it go to something better, right? Can it go to something that can maybe push you towards your dreams and goals versus Starbucks coffee or whatever it is, you know, replace Starbucks coffee with whatever. But I love The Richest Man in Babylon because it really gives you a perspective on why are you giving your money away. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Right.
The Compound Effect talks a lot about that too, about bringing like a little notepad everywhere with you, and when you know, anytime you spend money, whether it's 50 cents on those little packs of gum, or you know, $500 on something bigger, or $40 on gas, you write every single thing down just so you can see where your money's going, right? And that's for those of you guys that are trying to get an eye and a handle on where your money's going. Because I don't know if some of y'all, like me, back in the day, I'd be like, damn, where'd the money go? Hold on, there's still 3 more days in this week. How do I not have any more money, right? And you don't realize that you buy this and you buy that and you do that, and then all of a sudden, you just gave your money to people who probably shouldn't even have your money. It should still be staying with you. That seems about right. Danny Bader, yeah. Yeah, that actually sounds pretty familiar. It's been a while. It's been a while since I read that one. Half a pip a day. DoorDash be adding up. Yeah, man. You order DoorDash once or twice a day? Sheesh.
Damn.
You big ballin'.
You must be rich.
Even I don't do that.
I mean, we got some rich people in the chat, so that's all good.
Yeah.
Ballin'.
Are we gonna get in buys? Maybe. Yeah, if this candle closes how I want to see it. Yeah, the 15 didn't do a good job here, so gotta wait on 30. This is probably my last call here, so if we can get a trade off on this 30-minute candle, we'll do it. If not, I'm gonna walk away a winner, 1600 today, and just take my profits and keep it moving. Yeah, that's true. You got to pay attention to your money, but then at some point, believe it or not, you don't. You don't. Because believe it or not, the higher levels you attain, the less you actually care. I don't know how that works. I really don't. But the higher levels in life almost go to the people who begin to care less about the result. I don't know. It's freaking freaky. But that's just the way it works. I feel like when we were broke and stuff, we're always looking at our bills, always looking at our bank account, always looking, and just, I don't know, right? In like frantic mode. But when you start leveling up, you just know. Jesus said you'll just know the truth, right? You just know. You know what's coming. You can feel it. You're aligned with it. You know that what you're working for is coming to you as long as you continue to believe it and do the work that it takes to get it. It's inevitable, right? It'll come no matter what. Hey, I felt like a brokey when I went to eat with Magnus. This dude was getting like Voss water, bottled water. I'm like, geez, I'm really like out here with the ballers. I'm like, yeah, I'll just take the regular tap water, man. That man was ordering all the fancy pantsy stuff.
That was hilarious, bro.
The only problem was it was going on my bill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he was ordering all the fancy pantsy. Oh, snap. Denmark. Hey, when you're out of Denmark, you got to make the most of it.
I know, bro.
I said, brother, get the sparkling water. Get the sparkling water, bro. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Johnny Gems murdered his plate. It was wild.
Of course. All the time.
Bro, John had like half the food left on the plate. I looked over, wiped Kingston's mouth up a little bit for a second, and John's plate was gone. It was insane. I'm like, what? Where did all that food just go?
Of course, bro. In my belly now.
Hey.
You're all done that, chat, you know what I'm saying? Had to lock in.
Make it sparkling.
Magnus was shocked too. We were getting cheeseburgers too one day, and Magnus like, John, what are you gonna get? I told him I'm gonna get a cheeseburger with like 4 patties on it. He's like, oh, me too.
Oh, me too. I'll get that too. Sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Man, I remember one day my mother-in-law came over. She was taking the water bottles and putting the boiling water. I said, this lady must think we rich. Put them water bottles back, man. Turn the sink on. Turn the sink on. We're going to boil that water anyway. It's all good. Just give my water bottles back. Man, these are expensive.
That's a waste of water, too. If you're going to boil the water, like, no.
I said, man. Not going to lie, me and my wife still order, like, when we go out to eat, we order 1 water, 1 soda. We never, even if we both want, like, a nice little Coke, a soda or something, we never order 2. Why would we do that when we can order 1 and get free refills?
Exactly. That's called using your brain.
The trade, yeah, that trade was taken in Asian sesh. Yeah, I didn't take anything in London, nothing in New York here today. But hey, possible opportunities coming up here. We might have a little 4-hour, begin to move back up here. So let's see.
Yeah. Especially since we came in those wicks too. Those lows.
Yep. What pair? What other pair do you
left.
trade? Just ES. The trade I took today was on gold though. And that was a 1-hour fade in Asian session. A little bit like towards the late part of Asian last night. He did. He capitalized on it. Magnus seized the opportunity.
Respect.
Was last year July? Yeah, July, August. Like June, July, and August are more of like your summer months. They're gonna be a little bit more of your slower months. So once we creep into quarter 3, that's when we really should ramp up here. Always ask for a water cup at Chipotle. Yeah. I be talking to my water. Y'all talk to your water? I talk to my water.
Sometimes.
I would love to play that. Hustle Hard. The only issue is when we put songs up like that, they take the stream down. Yeah, so then the stream gets taken down. And this one was a pretty good one. This one was a little bit challenging in terms of like belief systems and whatnot, but hey, we're all just learning here. All right?
We're all figuring out.
None of us know anything about anything. We just think we know.
We literally won't know.
If you get good at trading gold, would you translate to ES? Yeah, I'm already trading ES now. So we took one trade on ES. Wow, we're just missing all the moves on ES. We took one trade on ES last week, but that was it. So just kind of still sample sizing, watching it, seeing when it likes to run, seeing when the volume comes in, all that.
Yeah, we actually took a trade on ES and pre-NY. But
Oh, you did?
we got break even because it's so
nice.
so slow, bro.
Gotcha. Yeah, obviously
Yeah.
ES gonna probably move a lot more in after the NY
Yeah.
Open.
We talked about that too, like size down, very low volume.
Yeah. Exhaust. I'm waiting on the exhaust. Yeah, so the exhaust should be here, I think, next week. Yeah, so we'll get it put on. So I'll probably have it on in like within 2 weeks. You know how it is. Once the exhaust comes, and these guys take forever to put it on, and blah blah blah. So. Yeah, I actually might go to a friend of mine in Port St. Lucie. They used to have a shop in the town that I grew up in, and now they have shops over here. So they're homegrown, friends that I know from back home.
Are you for real, bro? I'm literally going there next weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. I know a thing about nothing or nothing about a thing. Yeah, exactly. Me too. Nobody knows nothing.
How are me and Nick both randomly going to New York in the same weekend in August and going to Port St. Lucie the same weekend in July? What the hell?
I might
How'd you
go.
do that one, bro?
I might. Yeah, we're off to Oklahoma next, and then we got New York coming up. So we'll be doing a little bit of traveling over the next month or so, but the streams will continue on. We might have to take off a couple days in YouTube, but Clubhouse will be full motion because I'll have my laptop with me, but I won't have my obviously full system. The days in August are going to be, I think it's only 1 or 2 days.
It's only one day. The 8th. The 8th.
The 8th, yeah, right? That Friday.
So we're just not streaming Friday, the 8th.
Yeah, Friday the 8th, I think that's the only one. And then I'll let you guys know the dates in August, but it'll probably be the following week. Maybe the 15th, I'll be going to New York, so... But nothing will change on that on the 15th. It's just the 8th. we might not have a stream.
Yeah, because we got an early morning flight that day.
Yeah. But I try and book all my travels and stuff actually around all of this. You know what I mean? So I just do the best of my ability to get in and out of places pretty quickly and try and do it on Friday afternoons and, you know, make my stay during the weekend so we get back to it on, you know, Mondays and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Goldie.
Gold.
So, yeah,
Cool.
that's probably it.
Yeah. On to Asian.
On to Asian. I think so. Let's see here. Any questions? You guys want to go over anything else before we head out? I would say, you know, the best buys now are obviously going to be 1 hour closures above 24. I could see us moving up here today, you know, so I'm definitely interested. I mean, if we come up above 24, we break that 4 hour high there. You know, my bias is still pretty bullish for the most part here. So it just depends what we're going to do as we come up to 24 there. You know, we're either going to kind of reject it, or if we end up breaking the highs, which is that 4 hour high, then we get a closure above on the 1 hour, which is going to be in 30 minutes, then that's a trade I'd be willing to take. So it just depends on whether or not I'm at the desk when that happens. But I would say I would leave you with that. 1 hour closures, buys above 33.24 look very nice here. Very nice. As I said, you know, the 4 hours just, I don't know. You know, we could definitely move up here. The daily's in the support zone. So, yeah, we moved up a little. We can't really trade this range anymore now because we're all the way up here in it. But above that range, looking pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep.
Am I going to do a quick meetup in New York? We'll see, because I'm actually only there for the weekend, and I think we got to bring Kingston too, so it might be a little tough, but we'll see if we can make something happen.
Wow. I mean, yeah. I'm there for like the weekend too. We'll see.
Oh, that same weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I didn't know that.
But I'm there less days. I'm there like 2 days.
All right.
Yeah, but the same weekend, yep.
Maybe we'll do something. Yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'm in New York, born and raised. Let's go.
Same.
FNAM, yes, my bad, brother. I think I forgot about that yesterday. Got you. Don't worry. Rest assured, it'll all be set up for you. I have time for the New York session, but not a fan too much. What do you think I should do? So I'm unable to trade London due to work, but I have time in New York sesh, but I'm not a fan of New York sesh. I would just become a fan, right? I mean, that's the only session you can trade. So, you know, I would start studying that session and getting a hold on it and kind of showing here and asking good questions. Use my sample sizing to your benefit. You know, use my experience to your benefit. And see if you can make it work. You know, other than that, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know, if you can't trade any other session.
We've been crushing the New York session too the last couple of years, so I think you definitely could learn how to crush it with us.
Definitely.
And that's like saying to like your boss giving you a shift and saying like, I'm not a fan of that shift.
It's like, well, then you better become a fan of a new job then, my friend, right?
Like gotta make it happen, you know. That's when it fits best for you.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you can't. Again, I would love to travel throughout the week, but what do? I sacrifice that, and I travel around my business, my trading business. You know, Monday through Friday, I gotta trade. I gotta be here. I want to continue running my businesses, so I do things. You know, you gotta sacrifice sometimes, like little things like that. So,
yes, sir.
What time do you trade New York session? I trade from about 8 a.m. to about right now, 10:30, 11. Sometimes I'll go a little further in, but that's about it.
Yeah. And me, I'm on for pre-NY, so I got I got 2 hours more than Nick, I guess. I'm on from 6 a.m. till right about now, like 11 a.m.
Yeah. How long do I sleep between London and New York? Like 2 hours. So me and Angelo, you know, we're like 2 hours here, 2 hours there. That's how we sleep.
Them boys are cats, bro.
Sometimes I like to sleep during rush hour because I know everyone that made fun of me for trying to become successful, they're all in their car and they're all in traffic. And I just think of them as I doze out into sleep and I just take a nap for like an hour, hour and a half. I let all the rush hour go and then I go for a nice little cruise in the Porsche and then I get ready for Asian. Success, baby. It's the sweetest
people,
revenge.
Yeah. Those people, the last thing they want to hear is Nick's voice, chat. Trust me. They open up to a story and Nick's all positive and stuff while they're at work. They don't like that.
I'm like, 4:30 p.m. Ugh, perfect time for a quick little afternoon nap.
Yeah, bro. All right, so what's going on, guys? Up about like 3K today on the charts. Dudes are sitting at work like, bro, screw this guy.
Hey, everyone. Just woke up from a nap. You ever take a nap at 4:30, wake up at 6, and you just don't know where the heck you are? Yeah, it's one of those.
Next slide's the Porsche. Just like a beautiful day in Florida.
I always imagine doing that. My mentor, he would talk about all the people that made fun of him for at his old job. What he would do is on a nice spring or summer day, he would roll up to the job and literally just sit outside in a lounge chair and just call his friends and be like, hey guys, what are you doing? You want to come out, hang out? And they're like, dude, what are you doing? We're at work right now. He's like, I'm outside. Look out the window. I'm in a lounge chair. And this man would literally go in a lounge chair with shorts on and just set up shop outside of the building. Crazy. So, you know what he would do too? He had a lot of people that doubted him. So what he would do is when he finally made it big, he would mail his bonus checks, the copies of them, to his friends that all made fun of him. Friends, right? So he would mail his little bonus checks that in most cases would be more money than their yearly income. Insane. Yeah, this is back when you used the mail. Yep.
Yeah, that is pretty gangster.
I thought about doing that, just like going up to their car and like a ticket, like you would get a ticket, like just putting it under their like windshield wiper and be like, hey, remember making fun of me back in 2013? How you doing? And just bounce.
Yeah, bro. Hilarious, bro.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that.
Either way, it all doesn't matter anyways, chat,
Yeah. I take a nap every day. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Pathetic? It's just a joke, Adam. It's just a joke, brother. What did Rick James say? I'm not too sure. What did he say?
We do a little trolling.
They already feel it. Yeah.
Either way, bro, we all gotta live life anyways. Life is tough, so we're all gonna have to experience a little toughness in life anyways, regardless of how much money we got or how free we are.
My old boss bought the bar. There you go. They wouldn't let him sit there. Yeah. Success is good revenge, man. And most of the time, you don't even have to do any talking. They should have never get.
Yo, cute.
All right, I think I'm out of here. Yeah, this is a good session here. A lot of consolidation. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Just been consolidating here now for the last like 5 hours here. So, yeah, like I said, closures above 24 on the 1 hour look pretty good. Other than that, it's probably the only trade I'll take here for the rest of the day, and we'll close this out and we'll come back for Asian. Yeah.
Sounds good, bro.
Asian session. All right, so good session today. Anything we spoke about today, just like any day, do your own research, do your own studies. Don't believe things just because we say them, right? Go think, right? Think, my friends. Think for yourselves a little bit. And, yeah, if we challenge your beliefs, sometimes that's not the worst thing in the world either. So I think today was a good session. We'll be back tomorrow for Wednesday. Again, we should start heating up pretty heavily in the red folder news category, and that should all start coming in tomorrow. So great session here today. We'll be back tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then. What do you think? Victory lap? Victory lap?
Bro.
Yeah? Okay, cool. All right, guys. Blessings to you and your family. Love y'all.
Peace, fam.
Yes, sir. Hope you guys have a great day.
Peace.
See you guys tomorrow. Peace, G's. Yeah.
I keep my top down. Live on my head cause I can't wear the crown too low. Never gon' bow down. Everybody out there running games so they pass on me. Treat 'em like a op, bow. When I came up, they were whooping but was still on a leash. People gon' talk down. They gon' love cause I still serve the most high. No, I won't stop now. When I throw signs up, it's not what they said, dog. Know that for H-Town. Roll with a warrant, try not to get caught, but I'm fly. Still put the top down. Love for the father, make kiss for the fans, y'all. Can't switch on y'all now. Only sinners walk with grace. Pack your bags, follow me home. Pray my seeds, turn out winners. Keeping that lead when I'm long gone. All of my fears can't hold me back. Let go of those who did me wrong. All of my fears won't hold me back. What don't kill me made me strong. Victory lap. We on attack. Ain't looking back. Rushing outside like I'm sleeping in a bando. Bible on me, I been feeling like Rambo. Devil trying to hide, he ain't wearing no camo. Killing myself, God took it out the plan though. Still on fire for the Lord, where the fan go? Heard them talking stupid, they cut it just like a Van Gogh. I'm sitting glad, let me cut the thing real low. I been looking up high when I feel low. And we still outside with the kinfolk. I was scraping both sides to the rim, bro. I was walking through church with the trench coat. Sending my 10% through Venmo. Lord said he'd be back, hit a memo. That's a cross around my neck, not a crystal. There's a Bible on me, not a pistol. You don't even know what I've been through. All these sinners walk with grace. Pack your bags, follow me home. Pray my seeds, turn out winners. Keeping that lead when I'm long gone. All of my fears can't hold me back. Let go of those who did me wrong. All of my fears won't hold me back. Cause what don't kill me made me strong. Victory lap. We on attack. Ain't looking back.
Why didn't you let me know you were coming?
I wanted to surprise you.
Money talking like we FaceTime daily.
Hello?
Ring, 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 Tom Brady.
What up?
Going for the green, John Daly. Still want more out of it. Can you blame me? Can you blame me? Can you blame me? Set the bar way too high. Can you blame me? Yeah. Going for the green, John Daly. Still want more out of it. Can you blame me?
Who the one that's doing it better than us?
Y'all stink. This is skunk. It's 7 to none.
Yeah, I get what I want, that's what leverage does.
They said it was enough, but it's never enough.
All of y'all overpriced, but you still ain't overpriced.
Vegas hot, cold as ice. Something like the golden ice.
Big screen, poltergeist, I don't need to go to right.
Got the numbers where I want them. It's some loaded dice.
Brick by brick, build a fortress. Crib got big, it's enormous. Whip got grip, it's performance. All my kids, got a fortune. It's
Money talking like we FaceTime daily.
Hello?
Ring, 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 Tom Brady.
What up?
Going for the green, John Daly. Still want more out of it. Can you blame me? Can you blame me? Can you blame me? Set the bar way too high. Can you blame me? Yeah. Going for the green, John Daly. Still want more out of it. Can you blame me?
bring it to the judge, she gon' never say I'm innocent.
Did it, then I did it again. Ain't no coincidence.
Did it with a minimal plan, there was no middleman.
Did it with the little I had. It took some discipline.
Giving everything that I had, but never giving in.
Face to the sky, let the sunshine graze me. Can't blame me, can't blame me. Grateful for it, got me feeling so amazing.
Ring, 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 yeah, I run it like Sonic.
Knuckles all shining like my fist got polished.
Pinky ring on, that's an expensive promise.
All y'all clowns ironic, cause you not it.
Brick by brick, build a fortress. Crib got big, it's enormous. Whip got grip, it's performance. All my kids got a fortune. It's
money talking like we FaceTime daily.
Hello?
Ring, 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 Tom Brady.
What up?
Going for the green, John Daly. Still want more out of it. Can't blame me, can't blame me, can't blame me. Set the bar way too high, can't blame me. Yeah, going for the green, John Daly. Still want more out of it. Can you blame me?
Dad, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Come on. Yeah.
yeah. Whoa, last time I checked, I'm still hot, real hot. Kept it dope without a pill pop. Bill Cos, steady climbing to the hilltop. Tip top, did it all off of a TikTok.
Yeah, last time I checked, I still that guy that did it on my own, stay independent. For you to get what I'm getting, it will probably take a village,
Just give me a minute, turn a snippet to a hit, and now they all want a percentage, but I'm only paying visits,
Big dog, hit him with thick thumbs and a quick draw.
Pit boss, if they ain't playing, they getting kicked off. Jigsaw, I got 'em puzzled, got 'em a bit lost. It's a feeding frenzy, I put a beat in a pig trough. Got it on lock, got the password. Type of thing you couldn't manufacture. 10,000 hours, got it mastered. Can't you see the patterns? Last time I checked, I'm still hot. Real hot, kept it dope without a pill pop. Bill Cosby, steady climbing to the hilltop. Tip top, did it all off of a TikTok. Yeah, last time I checked, I was still hot. Real hot, kept it dope without a pill pop. Bill Cosby, steady climbing to the hilltop. Tip top, did it all off of a TikTok. Yeah, last time I checked, I'm still the man in my town, they had to crown me. What I used to make in a day, I make it hourly. Told Grand, send me a beat and make it bouncy. When they hear the tag, they know it's about to be big scene, catching us on the big screen. 16, bar slicker is pristine. Livestream, everything that we spit clean. Big jeans, pockets are looking mint green. Pen game bulletproof. Look at all the levels that we took it to. Sticking out like a crooked tooth. Staring at the mirror like, look at you. Damn, I'm still hot. Real hot, kept it dope without a pill pop. Bill Cosby, steady climbing to the hilltop. Tip top, did it all off of a TikTok. Yeah, last time I checked, I was